Nigel Sylvester, BMX athlete, is fast becoming one of the most prolific collaborators with Jordan Brand, right up there with Travis Scott, and for good reason. This year, he came out with the Jordan 4 Brick by Brick, which is a very viable candidate for Sneaker of the Year, which is crazy considering the beast of a year that 2025 has been. And now he's following up with a special Jordan 1. Nigel Sylvester, Air Jordan 1 Low OG, better with time. And this shoe was dropping on August 16th for $165 in the United States, slightly more expensive than a general release Jordan 1 Low. And of course, that is to be expected. They're treating this like a very special collaboration. And this is the Better With Time colorway, according to Nike, or according to Sneakers. I'm going to read what it's supposed to represent. This Air Jordan 1 tells a story right out of the box. The weathered outsole and intentional distressing across the upper reflect life in motion. Whether it's biking, hooping, or building up your community, these details speak to hours invested into the things that matter. Nigel Sylvester, of course, he was the one who debuted the Jordan 4 RM Grandma's Driveway, as well as the Jordan 4 Brick by Brick earlier this year. He also does have a Jordan 1 High as well. This time, he's going with lows, and first impressions of this shoe. In terms of just the colors itself, like an all black sneaker, an all black Jordan 1 is right up my alley. I love all black sneakers. Jordan 1 lows are very wearable. I love the hints of red on this shoe. Love all that. Don't love the sail on the sole, but I get it for storytelling purposes. But overall, very nice looking shoe. There's one or two things, nitpicky things that I don't absolutely love, but in general, I think this looks great. Is it as good as the Jordan 4 Brick by Brick earlier this year? I'll decide later in this video. And the materials on the shoe, it is just completely black leather. And the leather, it is pretty good. It is pretty nice. It is soft. It is not like the best leather that you're gonna get, but compared to a lot of Jordan 1 Low OGs, like just general releases, it is better, even though this does come at a higher cost. But yeah, it feels nice and soft. Shouldn't expect too much like stiff break-in time with this type of leather. It's not like super thick, and you do see like the texture of the leather. Now, one thing that obviously makes this shoe stand out and different than just like a black and red type of Jordan 1 Low, it is those scuff marks. And I get the storytelling. It is meant to represent like someone getting better, honing their craft with time, hence the name Better With Time. And Nigel Sylvester is a BMX athlete, so it totally makes sense that if his shoes are very scuffed up, but just in a vacuum, just looking at it, like in a perfect world, do I want these on here? No, they kind of look like sneaker blisters. Part of it is because the scuff marks here don't really blend well into like the shoe, the rest of the leather itself. So if you actually do have genuine scuff marks on your shoes, it doesn't have like these fine kind of cutoff edges of these like rectangles. It just looks like patches here. I don't mind the storytelling and what they were trying to go for. In a perfect world, I would have done without it or just blend it a bit better into the rest of the shoe. But regardless, you get those scuff marks. You also get that mini swoosh on the lateral side of the shoe. Nigel Sylvester Jordans do usually come with that mini swoosh. And on the lateral side of the shoe, you will get this, well, you get a swoosh that is like kind of printed or like a graphic there, but it's not like an actual piece like of swoosh that's on the shoe itself. And according to Sneakers, it is because it is removed and surrounded by design lines that represent the evolution, repetition, and precision it takes to get it right. So you see these outlines around the swoosh. That is like when they're trying to place the swoosh onto the shoe itself during like the manufacturing process and design process. That's kind of cool, I guess. Doesn't look too bad. And the lines outside are actually reflective. So that's one kind of subtle little detail. On the medial side of the shoe, you get like a regular swoosh itself also with like kind of distressed scuff marks too. And then on the booty of the shoe, this Wings logo that is treated like the swoosh on the outside. So it's got the same kind of like outlines around it. And it does also have a distressed aesthetic to it. I don't actually mind that. And moving up the tongue, you get a Jordan 1 nylon tongue with Bike Air on the top instead of Nike Air. That is pretty common with Nigel Sylvester Jordans as well. And this shoe does come with 2 extra set of laces. So one out of the box, get the sail off-white laces, and the other 2 are black and red. And the black laces I think look pretty good. But the red, something about the red on this colorway makes it pop. Looks pretty nice. It matches the bike gear on the tag. And this deep red, I just really love. It's not like too bright, not too like bold. It is dark enough where it kind of still feels slightly muted, but I really like how that looks. Honestly, all three colors though, can't really go wrong. Let me know which one you would prefer in the comments below. And in terms of the overall shape, this is a Jordan 1 low OG, but it's kind of more in between like a general release low OGs that we get now currently versus like a Jordan 1 85 cut. So you get 8 eyelets. That is different to current Jordan 1 OGs. They only get 7 eyelets. Originally in 1985, the Jordan 1s did come with 8 eyelets. Right now, Travis Scott Jordan 1s, he gets 8 eyelets. 85 cuts gets 8 eyelets. So obviously Jordan Brand is treating Nigel with very high regard. He gets the 8 eyelet treatment, and the shape itself also looks slightly different to the general release Jordan 1 low OGs that we get. So the toe shape isn't as like slimmed or pointy. In the 85 cuts, the toe is slightly more rounded, but unlike the 85 cuts, you don't get the same type of midsole pattern here. This midsole pattern is just the same as a regular Jordan 1 OG that you get currently as a general release. And just like the 85 cuts of the Jordan 1 low, you get that product code on the ankle lining. Over here though, slightly different. It says Jordan Biking Co. established 2017. And in terms of the cushioning, the Jordan 1 lows comes with a rubber cup sole with a Nike Air unit in the heel. The cup sole here, very stale, very distressed, very vintage, like worn out. Don't love that in a vacuum, but I get the storytelling aspect of it. They're trying to make this shoe very worn, so I totally get it. And you'll see some distressed patterns there. It's not like flat sail. There's some like white streaks along here. And then on the outsole, that is also distressed. So you got white streaks all over there too. It's like this outsole got too excited, but that looks pretty cool in my opinion. Just the Jordan 1 outsole pattern. Love that. Concentric circles at the top, Nike branding on the cutout. Yeah, that looks great. And insole of the shoe, bike gear branding as well. Love the red here again. Unfortunately, it's not a polyurethane insole. The left insole though, not the same branding. Nigel Sylvester's name instead. So mismatching insoles it is. And unlike the 85 Jordan 1s where it comes board lasted, just like how it did 40 years ago, this doesn't. Box of the shoe, it is a Nike Jordan 1 box, obviously changed Nike to bike. Nothing special inside in terms of the paper, which I feel like they should have done something more special. Inside the lid though, that is different. You know, special bike there. And in terms of sizing and comfort, I am a wide and flat footer. For Jordan 1s, I stick true to size. Fits me pretty well lengthwise, widthwise. If you don't have wide feet for Jordan 1 lows, you could probably even go down half a size because the padding around the ankles just overall isn't as much as like the Jordan 1 highs. So if you have like very thin feet, you could probably get away with going down half a size, but definitely get a second opinion. If you have wide and flat feet, I would stick true to size. Comfort wise, a rubber cup sole is durable, but that's about as much as it offers. It's not very responsive. There's no weight savings. It is kind of heavy, kind of chunky, very flat to the ground. Jordan 1s are very, very average in terms of overall comfort. But if you look at this shoe and you're like, I want these for comfort, you are to blame. You should look at these and go, that looks nice. And that brings the total score of the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 1 Low OG Better With Time to 39 out of 50. Pretty good score compared to other collaborations. First, this colorway, can't go wrong with an all black sneaker. For me, personal preference, personal bias, I love black sneakers. With the deep red hair, I love it. I absolutely love the base of the colorway. Sail, again, like I said, storytelling, I get it. Don't love it in a vacuum. Scuff marks, I could have done without, I get it. They're trying to execute something different, but the way the scuff marks are done, I think it's just, it kind of stands out a bit too much. It doesn't blend in enough to the rest of the upper, but overall, very nice colorway. And in terms of materials, definitely better than a general release Jordan 1 Low. Pretty nice leather. It is not like the greatest, but it feels nice and soft, and it's not too thin where you feel like you're gonna poke a hole through it. So yeah, decent leather. Definitely no surprises there for a special collaboration. And in terms of the comfort, this is something they can't really change until they like try to pro a Jordan 1, but very average, very flat to the ground. Some people do think it's a comfortable shoe, but for me as a wide and flat footer, definitely not the best if I'm like walking all day or on my feet. And in terms of the versatility, I still think the Jordan 1 lows are the most wearable sneaker ever, even more so than the highs. I think for a general audience, not like sneaker lovers, lows are just generally more versatile. Wearability of the colorway An all black sneaker, not as wearable as an all white one, but definitely still very wearable. The sail, I think, is close enough to like white where it doesn't really put anyone off. Red, very standard color. Overall, very, very versatile sneaker. And in terms of the storytelling, I like the concept and the idea of it, the scuff marks. It adds to the story and what they're going for, even though I don't absolutely love how it looks, like in a vacuum. But the box itself, it is different than like a usual box. Bike Air branding, Nigel branding on the insoles, different type of branding on the ankle lining here. I think the storytelling here is pretty well done. Would have liked though, like a few extras, like a keychain, like card or something, a little booklet, even though I never really like read those booklets or wear the hang tags, but would have liked some extras because I'm a cheap. Now, final verdict between these two collaborations for Nigel for 2025. Which one would I choose? For me, it's pretty easy. There's something about this orangey, dark red, brick by brick Jordan 4 that is just, it's amazing. Even as a black sneaker lover, these are incredible. This is for sure a candidate for sneaker of the year. This one, I don't think as much. Definitely choosing this one. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Sole Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 1 Low OG Better With Time. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come the way of shoes.